Kenya's Supreme Court has ruled that William Ruto was properly elected president, dismissing several petitions seeking to annul the result of the 9th of August election. His rival, Raila Odinga, and others had alleged that massive fraud, including tampering with result forms, had taken place. Ruto garnered 50.5% of the vote in the closely fought election. The 55-year-old will be sworn in as the country's 5th president next week on Tuesday. Well, for more on this, we now have in studio with me SABC News International Editor Sophie Mokoena, just to unpack the developments further. Very good afternoon, Ms. Sophie. Of course, we did speak to Sarah earlier, but just give us your impressions of this result.
Well, I think the Supreme Court was quite clear, and this judgment, supported by all the judges, that what transpired during elections and also the announcement of the election, particularly for the president-elect, was done properly by the Electoral Commission in that country, and therefore declaring that the announcement by the Electoral Commission stands. And therefore, as we speak, indeed, William Ruto is president-elect, and as you pointed out, he is going to be inaugurated next week. And I think his first business in terms of international engagement will be going to the United Nations General Assembly later this month, where he is expected to make a first appearance at that world body. And I think he's ready. We know that as we speak, he is preparing to engage the media, the offices, and we are hoping to bring you that address live as soon as Sarah Kimani and Luta are there to capture that moment.
Of course, stability is important, and it's important for the Kenyan people that they know exactly who their leader is going to be, and it's important for the African continent. And the other thing as well, it wasn't premature of the South African government to congratulate William Ruto on becoming president, because, of course, that's been confirmed by the court. What do you expect to be the immediate reactions regionally to the decision of the court?
Well, you are correct. Those who congratulated William Ruto after the announcement of the Electoral Commission are vindicated. I mean, it was clear when you look at the process, the electoral process in Kenya, there has been such an improvement where you cannot easily rig elections. And thanks to the observers in 2017 and also the Supreme Court of Kenya in 2017, the two institutions laid the foundation to ensure that you have processes in place that will ensure that rigging is not easy. And that is why today we see this judgment. And also that spoke to the reason why William Ruto was confident all the time and asking for Kenyans to be patient but also to be peaceful. And what's even more important is that Raila Odinga, through his lawyer, pointed out that he has accepted the outcome of the Supreme Court, and he also posted on Twitter accepting the outcome of the Supreme Court. And therefore, I think in terms of the relations with South Africa, the relations will continue. As I pointed out, that already South Africa has strong relations with Kenya. Kenya is our largest trading partner in East Africa, and I can see this changing anytime soon, particularly because President Ramaphosa was clear from the start, including the EFF leader in South Africa, that they had confidence in the Electoral Commission of Kenya, and they were hopeful that the Supreme Court will do justice and it will be fair, impartial in terms of its pronouncement. And indeed, here we are. Next week, it is the inauguration. William Ruto is going to be the president of Kenya, and the rejection of the establishment and the dynasty of politics in Kenya.
Thanks very much, Ms. Sophie. She's our international editor here at the SABC.